Welcome to Girl Talk. Thank you so much for joining us today. We're just having such a great time, as always, here at Monroe Furniture Center.
You know, it's a good show when you come in giggling.
Right?
Yeah.
It's so great.
Yeah, it was
and
real.
I know. And we've been kind of oogling over this living room set here. It's so comfy and cozy. What's it called? You actually used to work here, Melissa, at one point. What is this called?
This is a sectional with a chaise lounger attached.
I
love it. So
it's so cozy.
It's
I
really comfortable.
want this.
Yeah, you could curl up in the corner
Exactly.
and have any kind of snuggling area you want.
We walked in, it's almost overwhelming because we get to decide where to film. I mean, they're really deciding, but we're, kind of looking around, and there's a million choices. Yes. I might have exaggerated a little, but there's a lot of choices of where to film because there's so many great little vignettes. But Melissa isn't just former Monroe Furniture employee.
Yes.
We've got to do a shout out here.
Yeah, let's introduce her.
Yeah, she's actually with the Chamber of Commerce here, so you probably recognize her if you're a Monroe business owner. She is a busy lady, let me tell you. You guys have such a great chamber here, so involved. A great resource if you're somebody who lives in Monroe or maybe you're coming to visit Monroe and you want to know what's fun to do is your website.
Yes.
So I want to say hello to you. Thank you for being with us today
Thank
here
you.
in Monroe.
I appreciate you guys inviting me back.
Absolutely. Tell me a little bit about what you do at the Chamber.
Well, I'm the executive director.
Okay.
So right now we are kind of getting everything planned for the year and the year coming up. So it's everything from chief disher and bottle washer to event planner, thank you writer, website developer.
I love it.
There's a lot of slashes in your title.
There is. And, but one of the things that I do enjoy the most is actually kind of the tourism and hospitality aspect of it.
Yeah.
So we have people stopping in or calling and, they're visiting the city and they're looking for something to do, or on a professional end of that, they're looking to hire somebody, and that really is the most important thing. They want to know that who they're going to be doing business with is going to meet their needs, be very professional, and that is one of the things that we feel as the chamber, we help guide people to find a good professional for whatever need they have at that time.
That's so important.
Yeah.
They say you're only as good as your weakest link, right? So you got to have a team of great folks on staff.
Exactly.
We're going to be getting to know more and more about Monroe and some of the businesses here, as we're actually going to be filming here regularly, and Monroe Furniture Center has agreed to be our gracious host, host with the most. So we'll be here often and getting to know lots of great Monroe businesses. But there was something we were chatting with Melissa off camera about before we started, a way that you can buy dollars to spend at Monroe businesses. Tell us more about that.
Yep. For the consumer or just anybody who's looking for an option, one of the strongest elements that we have in our Chamber of Commerce is our Monroe money. Cool. We sell over $60,000 a year to community residents in Monroe money, and they are a certificate that you can take to any Monroe Chamber member, and you can use that and purchase any item you would like. Like a nice sectional,
an ottoman.
Right? Yes. I love this storage ottoman, and I just love storage ottomans in general. So they're making fun of me. I do have 8 at home.
Yeah, a lot of storage ottomans.
How awesome, though. What a great tool. And I mean, we've all seen the studies about how, spending your money locally makes such an impact where you live and work. So what a cool way to make it really easy for people.
Exactly. 85% of money spent local stays local. So it gets turned over into the next into the next business, into the next business, into the next business. So it really does keep circulating back into the economy. And we can do them in any denomination. People purchase them as gifts for family members, but a huge thing that I am so proud of is many of our nonprofits that our chamber members will buy them for their volunteers.
Oh, nice.
And that's just they don't get paid, so this is a way that they can just say thank you. A lot of employers will use them as employee gifts for year end and Christmas and birthdays. But it's just really nice to know you can go to any chamber member store, and most businesses, if they can handle cash, will accept Monroe money, and it's just fantastic.
I've got a suggestion for you. Buy some Monroe money and get yourself a new mattress, because we're going to learn some interesting facts about mattresses here at Monroe Furniture Center later in the show. So we've got a jam-packed show.
I'm excited for it.
Me too. We'll be back with more Girl Talk after the break. You may recognize this space, but if you're just tuning in, we are filming today at Monroe Furniture Center. Oh my gosh,
It's
such
so
a cool
big.
spot. You bet.
It never ends.
We're sitting in a fabulous living room, but later we're going to be talking mattresses. They've got it all. Right now we're going to learn a little bit more about Brodhead. I'm pleased to introduce you to Doug Pino, who is the mayor of Brodhead. Today we're talking about, though, you're the director of the Chamber of Commerce.
Correct.
So you're not busy at all.
No, not at all. Involved, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I think it's wonderful. But let's talk a little bit about Brodhead. And for viewers at home who might be planning a visit, why should they visit Brodhead?
We're like a Norman Rockwell little downtown. We have a square with historic buildings. We have events all through the year. Our biggest event is Covered Bridge Days, which is in August. And we have tractor pulls and an art festival where we have well-known artists come and display their and sell their goods. This year we're going to have the Jimmies. We're stepping out of the box, and we're going to have the Jimmies from New Glarus come, which is a huge band. So we're hoping that that works out for us. It's some new adventure, but we want everyone to show up for that. But it's always a huge event for us. And then Fire and Ice is a big event for us now. It's the first Saturday in December. And a man from Monroe, Zoli, comes and does ice sculptures.
Wow.
And this year didn't do so good because the ice sculpture lasted about an hour because of the weather. But otherwise,
Never know.
and there's vendors on the square, and they have fires on the square and music, and so it's pretty fun. So.
Oh, nice.
Sounds like so
great.
much fun. Lots of stuff going on.
No doubt.
What would you say, what else Brodhead has to offer? It sounds like there's a lot of things going on throughout the year.
We're starting to develop a new Pearl Island recreational trail, and it's along. We have a man-made waterway that was built by hand, man-made obviously, but built by hand, and we've opened this up to hiking and biking and
Gorgeous.
getting out in the nature, so people from the big city can come and see birds and animals they've never seen before. And we got a grant from the DNR, but mostly it's volunteer labor that's helped clean it up, and so it's become a destination for us.
Oh, that's amazing. And you really do need that. Like you said, maybe you're in Madison and you just need a little escape. What a great way to spend the weekend.
And we have bicycle trail now that goes from Brodhead to New Glarus.
Oh, wow.
We've opened up Decatur Township and brought it to ATVs, so now if we can, we're trying to get them to get there from Monroe, but then that'll be another source of adventure for us. So.
Awesome.
It sounds like there's so much to do in Brodhead. Thanks for bringing all
We
of
keep
that out
trying.
to light. Yeah, absolutely. We went from, and I've heard of the Fire and Ice. It's gotten
Yeah.
quite a nice reputation. So obviously, like you said, it's been a little warm this winter for
Sure.
something like that. And you're talking about the bike trails coming in this spring. Is there any other activities specific to Brodhead or something that maybe is new that you would want people to come out and check out?
The ATV thing is the
ATV
big
thing?
thing. We just opened up the city to that, so we're hoping to get tourists to come for that. And,
Yeah.
and so
That's really exciting. People really love their ATVs.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's a
it
big
can be a
thing
bit of
these
an
days.
addiction, I think, for
Yes.
folks to get in the
a big family
outdoor.
adventure.
Yeah,
With
exactly.
everything that's going on, sounds like a lot and a lot of newness too. I want to make sure we talk a little bit about the new website. So share that with us.
I've been on the directors a few different times during my lifetime, and there's new things coming all the time. And of course, I'm kind of technologically ignorant, but we have people that have come now that know about the website, and we're trying to get a new website going, and that way we can highlight your business. And another benefit to belonging to the chamber, you can get a better rate to advertise on there as opposed to somebody that doesn't belong to the chamber. And we're hoping that works. It's all new to us, so I mean, we've had a website before, but we're trying to get bigger and better. So.
No, that's really great because you often looked at chamber websites. They're not always really up to date, and that's a great way for folks to find out about how their to support their local businesses, who's out there,
Right.
who's a member of the chamber. We always like to support those folks.
Absolutely.
We got a grant to do a hotel studies to see if Brodhead is adequate for a hotel. I mean,
Oh,
we don't-
great.
There's no point in anybody coming there if they don't have a study done first to know if we can even support one. So
You bet.
that'll be exciting. We're trying to get a community center. So we're trying to do a lot of different things, and hopefully some of it
Busy,
works.
busy.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like you've got a lot happening, and I appreciate you sharing some of that
You
with
bet.
us today and some of the folks watching as well. Lots of things in Brodhead. Thank you to Doug Pino, who is the director of the Brodhead Chamber of Commerce. Thanks, Doug.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for watching. We're going to be hanging out more in Monroe after the break. You're watching Girl Talk. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Girl Talk. We are here today at Monroe Furniture Center. Have you guys heard before that you're supposed to replace your mattress every 8 years? I've heard it before. I don't know if it's true. I'm kind of freaked out by it. So I'm going to have to pick their brain. That's coming up later on in the show. So if you have that same question, you're going to want to stay tuned. But first, I'm really excited to introduce you to our next guest because we're featuring a new restaurant that's here in Monroe, downtown on the square, veteran owned and operated, featuring locally sourced food. I mean, that's everything you want. This is Stephanie Kind, the owner of Black Walnut Kitchen. So great to have you here.
Oh, thanks for inviting me.
Such a pleasure and such a great place. And I want to know, first things first, why did you decide to open up a restaurant in Monroe?
Well, I was in the military for the last 10 years. I've moved around a lot. I deployed to the Middle East. I have a 6-year-old son. I wanted to spend more time with him.
Yeah.
My family is originally from Monroe, and I wanted to move back to a small town, and Monroe is just the perfect place. And I love the school district. I love all the activities and events around here, and opening a business on the square seemed like the perfect opportunity.
Well, thank you for your service, number one. But really, I think you hit the nail on the head. How great Monroe is, especially the downtown area, is so charming.
It's
if you haven't been
absolutely
yet.
charming. Yes, absolutely. And I, like Ellen said, thank you for your service. It's lovely to have you
thanks.
here,
Yeah.
and I love that your life has been so full already, and now you're on to the next chapter. Opening a restaurant is such a big and wonderful and exciting undertaking. So congratulations, first
thank
of
you.
all. Tell us a little bit about your menu with the Black Walnut. What makes it different than other restaurants?
So we try to do a lot of local sourcing with our food. All of our cheese is from Wisconsin cheesemakers. We do wine from Huck's Mill, just down the road in Browntown. We also do all the Spotted Cow, New Glarus Brewery. We try to utilize local eggs, local mushrooms. In the summer, we're going to be using local farmers for most of our produce.
Lovely.
We do have a plant-based menu, so it's a little bit different, a little bit healthier. We do homemade sauces, homemade dressings. All of our salad dressings we make in-house. Even our cream cheese and our sauce that we put on our tacos, everything is made fresh daily. So
Oh, you had me at cream cheese.
making me hungry.
Like my favorite, but that sounds like music to my ears, and all the greatest things are really important with running a restaurant. So great work.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and going by the square all the time, I got to see the outdoor renovations that happened. But share with us what actually went on inside and the renovations that you took on.
yep. So we did a lot of changes inside the restaurant. We redid all the booths. It's actually made out of a local black walnut tree that fell over on my parents' property. My dad redid
So
all
that's the
the
name.
Yep.
Yes.
We redid all the booths. Our front coffee bar counter, as well as the table out front, is made out of local barnwood that we collected throughout Greene County.
And it is
So we tried
gorgeous.
to incorporate a lot of local agricultural type design into our design inside the restaurant. So
That's fantastic. That's
for you.
awesome.
I love that the aesthetic of the place sounds so amazing. It really sounds like an experience, and I love the details down, to the food, and like you mentioned, where you source all of that food. I think is just so important, and I guess I want to know, why was that so important to you to, I think, make all those decisions that not all restaurants choose to do?
So one of my goals with the restaurant was just to kind of celebrate the agricultural history of this area.
Yeah.
So that's why we do the local sourcing. I think just the quality of food from using local ingredients, as well as using the local art and type of artisan type products in our actual restaurant, just celebrates the local community, and that's what our overall goal is.
Truly is.
Lovely.
And before we go too, I want to mention, do you guys do carry out and delivery?
So we do carry out, and then we deliver on the square as well.
Awesome.
We also offer a 10% discount to all veterans
All right.
and reservists and guard members as well.
And gluten-free, vegan options for folks?
We do have plenty of gluten-free options, and then we also do have vegan options as well. We have a seasonal menu, so it changes throughout the year. And we are planning on increasing the amount of vegan options we have on the menu as well.
Awesome.
Fantastic.
You have to check them out on Facebook because it's going to make you totally salivate. They do have pictures and they look so good, Stephanie. Be sure to check out the Black Walnut Kitchen, new to downtown. Thank you so much for being with us,
Thanks for
Stephanie.
having me.
Appreciate it. And we're here at Monroe Furniture Center, and we'll have more Girl Talk coming up after the break. Hey, welcome back to Girl Talk. As you know, today we've been filming at Monroe Furniture Center. We picked up our stuff and we moved over to the mattress section. Man, this is so comfy. I think it's some sort of memory foam.
We sunk right in. It's fat, but like in the best way.
I know, it's so great.
Not getting out
And
anytime soon.
Excited to pick your brain, Jerry. He's the owner here at Monroe Furniture Center, about Mattress 101. I asked you earlier today about one of the questions I had about
good
mattresses.
question.
Yeah, I've heard this before. Maybe you guys have have too that you're supposed to replace your mattress every 8 years due to all of the crud, I guess, that can seep into your mattress over that time.
The mattress crud.
I have to know, is that true?
Well, here's what I tell people.
Okay.
The mattress crud, I think everybody's house is different. If you keep a good mattress pad on your mattress, that certainly helps.
Sure.
We encourage people when they buy a new mattress to get a new mattress pad, and they have
Okay.
really awesome mattress pads nowadays that to protect from, dust mites and things like that you have to worry about. So that's one thing. I tell people this: do you have to replace your mattress every 8 years? Maybe, maybe not. What I tell people is after you've had your mattress 8, 9 years, you should scrutinize it a lot more. You should
Gotcha.
lay down on that thing every night and say, is it as supportive as I want it to be? Is it doing the job that I want it to do? Because I tell people mattresses are like buying tires for your car. You buy a car tire that has 30,000 mile tread life warranty. It doesn't mean after 25,000 miles that tire is just like the day you put it on your car. It's not. It's pretty well worn out. So if you buy a mattress that's got a 10-year warranty, which many of them do, after 8, 9 years, it's time to start scrutinizing that, and you're really the judge whether you need a new mattress. If it's not supportive, it's time to start looking. If it's, if it's just not, you're waking up in the mornings, you're not feeling as rested, you're not getting a good night's rest, really a good time to start thinking about it.
You bet.
That's
So
a great
important.
answer, and I love that answer. So that makes it a lot easier because I was kind of worried, but I think you're right.
Well, yours is 30 years old. It's time to get one, yeah.
Right? I've had it forever. That's awesome. And I was going to make the comparison of mattresses. You said to tires. I was going to say to shoes and purses, but same thing.
Oh, okay.
Right? Same thing.
My mistake. My mistake.
Mileage
So-
is mileage.
Right? Exactly. So I want to know, I'm looking at a ton of mattresses that you guys have here. How many mattresses do you have here at Monroe Furniture Center?
In our main showroom, we carry on average around 50 sleep sets. Sleep sets for every room, for the youth bedroom, for a spare bedroom, for the master bedroom. At our clearance center across town, 10 to 12 mattress sets.
Awesome.
So overall about 60, 62 mattress sets at any given time.
Lots to choose from.
There's so much that you do here. This is such an
Right?
incredibly large store and so much to offer. But I want to talk a little bit about brands and the manufacturers. So we're sitting on iCerta, which you might have heard of, or iComfort, Certa iComfort. You've got Certa, you've got Symbol. So talk to us about that.
Certa is the #1 mattress company in the industry. About 6-7 years ago, they came out with the Certa iComfort.
Yeah.
Certa iComfort is a premium brand. That is a gel-infused memory foam, which we can maybe talk a little bit about if we have time. It's a gel-infused memory foam. It's supposed to contour and cradle your body better than most any other product on the market.
I love it.
So we carry Certa, and then Certa iComfort is a brand of Certa. Okay, so we carry that. Made in Beloit, Wisconsin. So that's really cool. I love talking to people about where the mattresses come from because we get great service from both companies because both companies are made in Wisconsin. The other company we carry is Symbol Mattress Company, made in Watertown, Wisconsin. Not as big a name as Certa or some of the other majors. We've dealt with them for about 25 years though, and I swear by them. They build great products. They do build memory foam products. They do build pocketed coil beds. They build standard vinyl coil beds. So they do everything that the majors do. They're just not as big a company.
That's really nice. And I love that you know that. That's one of the reasons you want to talk to somebody who has that experience and knowledge is because that wouldn't be a brand that you would necessarily be drawn to as a consumer. You might go, well, what is that?
Right.
But and you can attest to it just based on your experience in the industry.
Throughout our store, we carry a lot of major manufacturers. And we also carry some smaller companies that the one reason I like dealing with smaller companies sometimes is we get personal attention from them companies. I can call and talk to the president of Symbol Mattress Company right now.
Absolutely.
I can get him on the phone and he'll take my call. Certa Mattress Company, not so much, because, so sometimes you get attention from these companies, and if we have an issue or a problem, they're Johnny on the spot to take care of it for us.
How nice is
And the fact that both of our manufacturers that we're buying beds from are in Wisconsin, we get super service. I mean, we place an order on a Monday, we'll have our beds by the end of the week. I mean, they ship fast. So we get great service that way. If we have an issue or a problem that needs to be taken care of, they take great care of us.
You're on it.
And I want to talk too about the different important factors that you look for in buying a sleep set. And I want to quiz you, Melissa. I'm going to put you on the spot here because she used to work here. And now with the chamber, do you know the qualities that you should look for in a mattress? And then we're going to ask Jerry.
Oh, well, I first would say it's probably up to every individual to figure out what's important to them. But I would also say, because I learned this from Jerry, there's value in everything, and you have to determine what your value is. If you are somebody who would frequently want to replace an item because you like to have things refreshed and nude, make sure that that is posing value to you at the time you purchase it.
I love that.
What a good life lesson.
And it is, and it's not just in furniture. I think it's in everything else. But if you are looking for that long-term purchase and you don't want to have somebody back in 5 years replacing it, you can afford to evaluate what your value is once you've completed your purchase process.
That's great advice.
How'd she do?
Not bad.
What's your
that's pretty-
answer?
Well, the short answer to it would be that the two main factors that you should look for when you're looking at a new mattress: comfort and support.
Right.
That's what I meant to say.
Why comfort?
You didn't let me finish.
Why comfort? Because when you go to bed at night, the more comfortable, the faster you can get comfortable, the faster you're going to fall asleep. So comfort's number one.
Absolutely.
Support is number two. You want to make sure that the mattress you're buying is going to give you good support. I mentioned memory foam. I think memory foam does the best job because it cradles your body. We're all different shapes and sizes. So a memory foam product or a pocketed coil bed is going to cradle your body better than some other forms of mattresses. So if you're a side sleeper, for example, you have a bed like that, you're going to get a lot better spinal alignment is the term we use. You get good spinal alignment, you wake up in the morning, you feel more refreshed, you feel better.
You bet. Wow,
Absolutely.
great answer. I
Really
wish we had
the
time
expert,
for more.
right?
Yeah, they're such experts. We have
And
more
I think
questions.
that's the
but we
moral of
gotta
the
go.
story is that
Yes.
you can come here, talk to Jerry, and they're going to help you out, and they're going to find what's right for you, which I think is the big takeaway from
Thanks
this.
for having us today.
Thanks for coming.
Absolutely. And thank
Appreciate
you
having
to
you.
all of our guests today. Thanks for joining us here on Girl Talk. It's only on Wisconsin's 57 television. We'll see you next time.
Beauty and styling for Girl Talk provided by the Ultimate Veritas Spa and Salon.